Well, hello everyone. Welcome on in. How is everyone doing today? uh, I've been basically busy working on the card game that I showcased like last Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, and that we started working on. I've also revamped the stream schedule a bit. Now we have Game Dev Lab, which basically can apply to a multitude of games that we work on, and not specifically code Tulip. So yeah, just spicing up things a bit. But yeah, how is everyone doing today? Basically, from last stream to now, I've done some minor changes to the game. It's slightly better now, and there's already a game loop that's built, basically, which is pretty amazing, though it needs a lot of cleaning up to do, because I have a really massive class that handles all the game loop. But as you can see, it already selects the trump card, it plays the cards. As we can see, the player to my right played a king, player that's partnered with me played an ace, and the player to my left plays a 3. So now I can basically just do this, and now we won 15 points because it's the points that were on the table. Now my partner played the queen. I'm not sure the jack has been played, so I'm gonna play a 7. I think. Let me see. Yeah, the jack was there. So what? The points went to the other team. What the heck? Give me a second. I think something in the code kind of fried. Okay, now that was interesting because technically, is it because it was a trump card? That I thought the spades were the trump. Never mind. Never mind me. I'm basically dumb sometimes. I was distracted. I didn't see what the trump card was, but yeah, essentially the game loop now works. It counts up the points. It tallies them up here just so I can debug for now how it's going. It also tracks the wins, which is good. Let me see. So right now they are playing the highest card they have, like from the left point. Okay, 6. So we started with, oh, my partner cut, so this is for us. Yeah, that's correct. Hey, Apoc. 6-7. Rokunana. Welcome on in, Apoc. I'm just showcasing what I've been doing off stream. Yeah, here I'm forced to play a 4. I don't know why the player to my right cut his own partner, but sure. Just gonna pass this here. Queen, king, queen, should be secure for us. Oh, he cut. Okay, fair enough. This is for us. Let's see, I'm gonna play my ace. Okay. This is gonna be tricky because I think they have the 7 of the trump card, so they don't have the 7 of diamonds? Is it mine, then? I have 3 points from the jack, so there's points on the table still. Hold up. 62.58. No, it's correct. Yeah. I had the remaining points in my hand, and I forgot. But yeah, as you can see, it increased the wins from my team, essentially. And it already dealt the cards. So the core game loop is done. Which is good. I just need to do a bit of a few fixes and essentially patch some things here and there, because the code is a slight mess. Let's just say the main code is actually 183 lines. I tried to compact this as best as I could, but yeah. let's just say it's a bit of a mess. And eventually I'll clean it up. But yeah, that was all that I wanted to showcase from this one. And we can work on Code Tulip now, which is good. Let me see, let me open up GDAU. And it appears that my head mod is not here. Let me see. Yeah, he's not here. Ah, Tibbs. Where are you? How dare him? Yeah, I know. Also, thank you for the 5-stream streak. But yeah, let me try to cause some chaos with the twins while we are getting things started. Hey, you two, do you want to maybe say hi to stream or something? You're a bit quiet. Let's see if they react. Oh. No, I keep forgetting about a certain definition that I have in their app, which is called pointing to the right microphone. Yeah. Hey you two, do you want to say hi to stream or something? Cause, yeah, you're a bit quiet. Okay, now it should work. Ah, silly me. Okay. In Code Tulip, we were doing the player hunt. Mm-hmm. Is it a reason to celebrate? Mm-hmm. Working as intended. Hmm. Okay, there we go. I've got things started, so yeah. Let me see. Trying to see what I was trying to do. So, this is a component display. Huh. I don't remember the purpose for having this. Unless it's like, do I want to make it selectable where you have multiple puzzles in the same code piece? It might be that. Okay, fair enough. So, this is a code editor window. Just so I can organize things. I'm gonna create a new, shall it be, what do I want to build? Give me a second, because I need to organize the design in my head. Because we want to make it select certain objects that the player has in their inventory that are basically code objects. For that, let me see. Gonna want to make some sort of panel, maybe. Or for starters, have a control right here that will essentially be spanned across everything. Okay, it's already in fill. This is already done. Okay. Trying to think. Let's see, we want to add texture that will be the background of it. Quick load. Should be the hacking Y one. Yeah. Let me see. I might have to do a different way for this. Because this one doesn't expand, the other might expand. Okay, not this one, resources, if I'm not mistaken, no. Textures, EUI, yeah. And we have this one, okay. Object window. Oh, didn't want to export like that. I want to save as. Okay, like so. And I'm gonna expand. I think it's this one. Yeah. We do that. Just, oops. Also, I'm currently seeing a fly on my screen. Give me a second. Oh, it escaped. I was already ready to grab a fly swatter. Okay. Export as, object window. Here we go. Okay, quick load. Object window. You are gonna be anchors for rect. Okay. And the margin container should be applying to you as well. So if I do that, okay, it also does that. I mean, makes sense. Okay. Let's imagine that I'm gonna have like a grid container instead of this. Yeah. You are going to be layout anchors for rect, like so. Okay. I don't know why the images like do this while the actual content does fit in correctly. It's very weird, but sure. Code or object selection window. Okay, let's imagine we have a grid container. And here comes the tricky part. Because I don't want to make this UI focus on having to use a keyboard and mouse because of the whole gamepad thing. Because of that, I need to find a way to make items selectable via the gamepad, and it's gonna be complicated. So yeah, need to check how I'm gonna do this, but that can be something for later. I can put like 4 columns. Oh, you're gonna make a focus system. Maybe, because GDAU doesn't have the same UI navigation that Unity does. At least that I know of. So for selection type of objects, that's gonna be complicated. Okay, let's imagine something like a button with a texture, like so. And let's just say, actually, can I do this a bit different? Can I make something that's similar to a button? Like a link button of sorts. And in this link button, you're gonna have the content that's correct. A VBox container. Doesn't need to be that big, but sure. You're gonna have a texture rect inside. Let's just give you like just a placeholder. Yeah, let's give you this as a placeholder. Your sizing should be okay. VBox container, you're gonna be here, 32 by 32. Oh, I can't control it. Interesting, because right now I wanted to also do a label below it. make it the rich text label, and let's just say test. Okay. And you're basically going to be fit content. No, fit content might not go well. Let me go grab a scene for this. Okay. And let me define your size. Custom minimum size. You're gonna be 20? Okay, 20 might be a bit too much. 16. Yes. And you're gonna be center. Okay, something like that. Okay. And kinda want to make you have some sort of border effect. But let me see how that looks first. Yeah. Go on. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have any sort of border effect. So, this is gonna be tricky. I could try to make a specific theme for this. Where type link button. Can I give you some sort of border effect? This is all relative to... Okay. You have some sort of back outline thing. Outline color, yeah. Oh, but since this doesn't apply as content, that's tricky. What if you are a simple button? Okay. Same exact problem. Oh. Hold on a gosh darn minute. Okay. Actually, I might not need this below. Okay. Silly me. Interesting. Text behavior. Can I make it so the text is on the line below? Text overrun behavior. Trim words, maybe? No. Trim characters. Ellipsis. Ellipsis always. Why'd you do this? Okay. Alright. Let's see. Click text. Icon behavior. Center. I see. You do have a very interesting issue. Ellipsis. Okay. Text direction auto. How in the heck can't I define where the text is displayed at? It auto-defines to the center. That doesn't make any sense. Button group shortcut, toggle mode, button pressed. Yeah, it makes no sense. Team overrides, styles, nope. Constants. Fonts, font sizes, here. quick load. You're gonna be this one. Font sizes, you're gonna be 16 pixels. Gonna be at the center here. You're gonna have an outline. I can't define the outline for some reason. Let me see. Let me reset this one. This is a button. Okay. Apologies. Outline size, here it is. Something like that. Now, how can I do this? I can max width. Yes. Let's make it 32 by default. That should be a bit better. Now, if I could display the text on the bottom, I'd appreciate it. But sadly, I don't seem to be able to. Okay, this is fine. I do wonder. Okay, now what would happen if I have like... Okay, can essentially do this. We have 12 buttons. This might fit 8 columns. Let's just aim for 7. How about 6, just to make sure? And is there a way for me to do the alignment? Because I don't seem to be able to align where the items are, which is interesting. Seam. Let's create a new seam. And I'm going to define this as grid container. Can I add new theme overrides? Each separation, etc., etc., etc. Base type. Nope. I cannot add anything. Can try to make the edge separation a bit bigger. Yeah, something like that. Let's actually the V separation looks fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's make something like... Hello? Why can't I... Huh, something about the selection is not working. I can't multi-select. Okay, I do think GDAU is a bit screwy today. Okay, code object button. Just so I know. And quick load. Not quick load, I need to create a new script. Code object button, yeah, that's fine. You're gonna create in scripts UI, hacking UI, just so I know. Create. Okay. Let me open it up. Should take a bit, but it's fine. Okay, no important notifications, I think. No. Let me just go about taking a look at everything, everywhere. Yeah, everything seems fine. Okay. Public void set Code object. I think they're called code objects. Yeah. Code object. Private code object underscore code object. Gonna be equal to this. And let me see. In the code object, do I have a texture? I don't appear to have one. Oh, it's called the icon. Okay. This dot icon equals code object dot icon. This dot text equals code object dot name. Oh, yeah, I have that with name ID because I'm gonna use the translation layer on top of it. Let's see, translation object. Don't I have a translation thingamabob? I should have a manager for that. Let me see. Translation, localization, that's why. Okay, localization manager instance dot get. Is it not get? Is it translate? Should be. Nope. Let me go get localization value. Okay. Get localized value. Code object name ID. Okay. Need to make sure this is working exactly as it should. Also, is it doing the same in the hacking UI? Let me see. Hacking UI, it's code label. How are you doing it? Let me see. Code option, you have a type object value. Okay. Code object type. I see. Set value, object value. Okay. I'm gonna say public void. Wait a minute. Oh, set object value goes by the what is being hovered, right? Let me see. Yeah, selected index. Okay. So if I do something like go back here and say public void set value, I'm gonna have to say code label dot have an instance good set value to code object. Okay, will this work? Chances are it will work. I'm just not 100% sure. But yeah, after this we want to close down the code selection window. I'm just saying. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna say you are going to close this down. For that, I can just set it in here and say private control code selection window. Okay. When I press connection press, if code selection window dot visible return oh, actually I might want to actually make code for it. Okay, just give me a second. Code selection window, just so the naming scheme feels correct. Code selection window and script CY open. Give me a second. Not the right folder. Hacking UI. Okay. This folder, I'm going to say it's an instance control type code selection window and public void open. You're going to define a type code object type. Okay. For now, this dot visible equals true. Public void. Do I already have the whole is open thing? I do not. Okay. Because you need to be an I window. Yeah, like so. Implement interface is open. Return this dot visible. Public void close. Okay, so in the code object button, I'm gonna say code selection window dot instance dot close, because we've set the value and we want to close this window. In the code label, if code selection window dot instance dot is open, return. We don't want to do anything else. Code selection window dot instance dot open, and should be the option dot code object type. Okay, and this should pretty much do what we want. Validation invoke. Have a certain validation. I actually want to test this code after. This is gonna be fun. Okay, option select win index. Okay. Now you're gonna have export private. It's gonna be a packed scene. And it should be the code object button prefab. Okay. And now var code objects is equal to player dot instance. Yes. Dot get inventory. Inventory? No. Let me go check in the player class how I define the inventory. Inventory? Code inventory. Okay. Oh. I just have this. Okay. Let me go back here into the player instance class. And in all of these things, let me say public list or IEnumerable type code object get code objects of type T. Actually, let me define the type here. Type return code inventory dot where c dot type equal to type. If this is possible, non-generic type IEnumerable cannot be used with type arguments. Oh, it was missing a using statement. That's fair. Why did the headpads fire off? I swear to God, I need to remove the shortcuts. Because somehow they still fire when VTube Studio is not focused, but it's very specific conditions for it to fire, which is very weird. So yeah, let's see, player.instance.get with objects of type and pass in the code. Actually, I'm doing this in the wrong class. It's here. Silly me. Code object type. Okay. So I also added here the packed scene where it shouldn't. It should be here. Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, for each var object in code object in code objects, I'm gonna spawn this in the object I'm in. Let me just go grab from my Swagga game the code for spawning, because this one has it actually really well made. So let me go check. Card manager, in the spawn here. Okay, it's just this basically. Essentially, just gonna do this and code object button as code object button and EU. And in here, I'm just gonna say dot set object code object to the code object from the for each loop. Also, let me put some music, because doing this while not having music on is a bit complicated. Should I go with this one? I can just mute this for stream. Yeah, this might be the better option, because like this I can be hearing music, but you guys don't hear it. So I can hear copyrighted songs while I work, and you guys don't hear the music, and I don't get copyright flagged. Sound good? Sound good. Okay, for each var object, give me a second. Can't I just do clear? No, there's not clear all children functionality. Would be good, but there isn't. Okay, for each var child in get children. Area of node, yeah. Child.queue_free. And that should do the trick. It's not visible. Disabled false. Okay, who is pinging me? What's my MBTI? Okay, give me a second. If I'm not mistaken, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Oh, hey, Liam. Sorry. Welcome on in. Enjoying the stream? But yeah, now I need to do a lot of things. So this. Oh, actually it needs to be in the grid container. So I need to define export private grid container, button container, and in here needs to be this. Okay, but either way, just a simple code change. Nothing complicated. Now, where do I have the prefabs? Here. Prefabs. UI. Gonna put the code object button here. And now I can just delete the code object button, go in here, build this. Hopefully it doesn't have the same issues that card game has, where sometimes it fails to build because of something in MS build. So yeah. Okay, doesn't appear to. So everything is fine. I can assign the button container from here, create container, and I can assign the code object button. Okay, gonna just hide that. And now, if I, for example, have this corrupted here, I can try and set it, which is gonna be fun. Okay, let's try out how my code is working at the moment. Okay, that's weird. Code label. Original code.toString. Huh, you don't say. Okay, so we do have a tiny issue. Let me go debug from here. Yada. Give it a second. It's a bit slow sometimes at first. Okay, do tell me. So, this should be selected. Selected index is 0. It has 0 options because I haven't... It shouldn't be open because, yeah, now I remember. I already coded the logic for this. This explains a lot. So I need to play through and get to the to Tulip and Daisy's room and start the puzzle. That's why. Okay. This should still... Okay. This seems very good now. Okay. Reload save. Yeah. Now I can close this down. Okay, we have no pointers here. Drats. Yeah, now I can close. Because my goal would be to do some shenanigans here. Okay. Does the player have in their inventory... Yeah, the Tulip house. Okay. Unless something in the get code thing is basically not... Why did GDAU close? Okay, that was weird. Also, why does the freaking ahoge keep coming on? I swear to God, I'm gonna remove the key combinations because, golly, this thing is getting annoying. Okay. That should be better, I think. Okay. Here. Let's go to in here, because I want to see what's the type that's being passed and what am I obtaining from the inventory. Let me see, reload save. Okay, here it goes. F11, yes. Okay, code objects. View. Do you have anything inside? You don't. Okay. Gonna go here. And F11. Okay. Code inventory. Your code inventory is empty. I see. How is the player in here? Yeah, your code inventory is empty here. That's why. Okay, so hypothetically, now it should have something. Reload save. If I go here, F10, F10 code objects should have one. You do. Okay, can I see it? Well, that's something. Set code object. Let me see what's wrong. Yeah, I need to redo this. Okay, let me just do something. Here. I'm gonna do a... I should have a late ready function here. Override late ready. Private... not private. Give me a second. My brain today is a bit messy. Okay. Instance dot on... I don't have a back button, do I? I don't. Let me see. What would be the back button? Should be something like X, so should be the light attack button. Yeah, I need to do some renaming eventually. On light attack, on back pressed. Hello? Okay, generate method. If also I can just say close because it does the same thing. Oh, but it has that code, yeah. If this dot visible close. Okay. This way we can close it down. Okay. I think I don't need to change anything there. Give me a second. Reload save. Okay. This part we've already checked that it's working. Okay, set code object. Code object equals Tulip. You don't have a resource. Oh, that's why. You don't have an icon nor a name ID. So it's giving an empty. Yeah, that makes sense. So maybe we can draw an icon like real fast. New. Let's make it like 32 by 32. Let me load the palette from this. It's this one. Okay. Let's see, what would an authentication icon look like? We can make it like something like, for example, give me a second, like this. Then we have like white part here, and let's make it a shade of let's make it more like a gray color. Yeah. Let's just say that it's gonna have a background. Okay, call this the border. You're gonna have something below this. Gonna even do this. And for example, let's put like shade of blue. And I don't need this. This is the background. And now Shift N. For God's sake. Okay, you're gonna be the icon, like so, because like this I can make all of the icons in the same file, which is gonna be good. Let's design a lock. So where exactly is the center? Okay, here. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something like this. Okay, like so. Let's make it like something like this. Here we can even make it a lighter color. For example, something like that. Does it look good like that? It does. Okay. Then we can like put it in the center like this. Huh. Actually, that's looking kind of good. Not gonna lie. Not to toot my own horn, but it does look good. Okay. Can make something like so. Okay. Let's pull it down 1 pixel, like so. Actually, that looks nice. Now we can like make it like that. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, should be more or less here. So 5, 6. Okay, should be fine. UI. Let me make it specific to hacking code object icons. Something like that. Code object icons. And this essentially is our authentication icon, sort of ish. I might do some changes at a given point, but for now it seems fine. Let me do something like a new frame, just so I can export it, and it has basically 2 images, so it doesn't do any shenanigans. Okay, export as PNG. Is the... Oh, ads are in progress. Okay. I'm gonna grab something to eat then, and I'll be right back. I am back. So, let's see. I was on the way to export these objects. For some reason, Godot crashed while I wasn't looking. That's always good. I honestly don't know why Godot does that. But yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, what I'm looking for should be in resources. Also, let me do something here before I forget. In the code objects... No. Okay. Name ID, I'm not gonna put anything for now. Then I'm gonna do this. And there should be something named code object icon. So the first one. Now it has an icon. And in the prefabs folder, let me go open this. And I'm gonna say in texture, nearest on the filter. That should be better. Okay, let's run this. And supposedly now, it should show an icon at least. Huh? What's wrong with Godot? Your video card drivers seem to not support the cleared Vulkan version. Huh? What's wrong with my GPU then? Can enable the OpenGL3 driver by starting the engine from the command line with the command GDAU rendering driver OpenGL3. The what in a what now? Why is... Give me a second, let me search something. Vulkan driver. Vulkan drivers are high efficiency graphics and computer API drivers that give developers direct control over your GPU. Right. Is it because OBS is competing with Godot in terms of the graphics driver? I honestly don't know. I can try and do this, but it just seems weird. Let's reopen this. Something ain't right. But yeah. Okay, so where was I? Was in here. Now setting to nearest. Then I was going to play. Yeah. There you go. There you go, Chief. Okay, reload save. Now we go here. Select this, and there it is. It's showing correctly the icon. Well, as correctly as it can, actually. Right now it does nothing because, yeah, there's nothing associated with it. Let's see. I can try to mess around with the translation thing. Because, let me see. Yeah, this works like that. I might need to eventually do also translation thing. Like that. Where is my translations? Localizations, EN, localized strings. Let's add a new element. Its key is going to be Tulip pulse, like so, and Tulip. I'm just gonna say codes Tulip. Just to mess with things. Okay. Supposedly now, if I go in here and I say, this is the name ID, it should hypothetically go and fetch the code Tulip. Okay. Like so. Reload save. Gonna go here. Okay, it says code something in there. It's just that the font is too big. Okay, I might need to adjust stuff. Let me see, prefabs. Open this button again. Go to D. Let me see, quick load. Do this, just so I can test. Icon behavior, expand. Nope. That's definitely not it. Eventually I might need to make my own custom component because I'm seeing this one is gonna give a lot of problems. Code Tulip, text behavior. Word ellipsis. Okay, trim words. Nah. Word ellipsis. It's gonna do that, and I don't know what's the issue with expand icon. Enable the button's icon will expand shrink to fit the button size while keeping its aspect ratio. See also icon max width. I see. Layout. Your custom minimum size is going to be 32. Uh-huh. $48. Okay, 32 and 32. Okay, that does the exact same thing. Honestly, it looks a bit more tidy, but sure. Action mode. Actually, why am I making buttons? Just saying, but why am I making buttons? Because, yeah, I don't have a specific reason for me to want something that's pressable, because I'm gonna have to essentially map manually the whole focus system. Because keyboard, actually, because of the mouse, maybe? I don't know, Chief. Honestly, I might redo this to be a bit better and do like I had before. So, code object button is going to be a control. I'll take care of that eventually. You change type. You're going to be a VBox container where you have a texture. Okay. And that texture is going to be this. Apologies. I'm going to say that your height is going to be a max of 50. And your size is going to be a max of 50 as well. The texture rect is going to be fit width, no, keep size, keep centered, like so. And you're gonna have a label below. Said label is gonna be transform. Oh. Well, that's That's weird. It shouldn't be expanding like that. Because yeah, now I have this issue. Change type. Let me just put rich text label instead. Okay, now it does it different. It's something with the label. Fair enough. Quick load. Rich text label. I'm gonna have a minimum size of 16. Okay, maybe 20. And I'm not gonna have word wrap. You're gonna have... Can I put the ellipsis thing? Center, center. Like so. I'm gonna have still the minimum size of 16, maybe even smaller. Okay, that's too much. That's essentially in the right place. Let me see, time size. Scroll following. Make sure the window scrolls to display the list visible line. Window scrolls down to display new content automatically. Scroll active. No, I don't want fit content. I should be able to do something like this. Because this looks normal. Okay, and you are... What's your sizing? You're a 50 by 50, so that's correct. You. In the layout, you're gonna be the expand. Just in case. Okay, but there's our code object. That's a bit better. Okay. I'm gonna say export private texture rect icon. In here, say dot texture and export private rich text label. Okay. Trying to think. For now, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And yeah, build. Okay, icon. It's gonna be texture rect. That's fine. And this. Okay, so now it should be doing it correctly. Just gonna delete the values just to double check. But yeah, it should be working as intended. Let me just see if everything is fine on the streams. Does appear so. Good. Okay. Everything seems fine. Reload save. Okay. Okay, we have the icon there, which is good. Let me do the other part, which is I'm gonna put a margin container in here. Agile node, margin container. Let me just turn this visible for a bit. You're gonna be transform, no, here, anchors, full rect, and this is gonna be inside seam overrides. Gonna put let me see, 16, 24 still. Yeah. 24. That should be enough. Okay, let's try it like this. Okay. And the next one goes to the line that's next. Okay. So this works. Not this one, this one. Okay. Seems fine. Okay. Skip the dialogue, etc. Good here. Yeah, that's a lot better. And I can just close. That works. Okay. Let me see. How do you in the code level work? Trigger action for option. Okay. This we already know works. Next up, I want this. And what do I have as the default option? Original code, action. Okay, I see. Because I don't have an exact replace. This might be complicated. Let's see, stored classes, Legos Lab. Is it in this one? No. Code editor tutorial. How do you work? Indication, code object type, line 2, null pointers. And then you have that string code there. Okay. The text shows us that. So I'm gonna have to define that the text is gonna be different. When I select, where is it? Here. No, not here, not here. I still don't have the code for that. Second. Go to label. Set value here. Option.text equals localization manager.instance dot get localized value to be, I mean, usually this will always be a code object unless I'm really being dumb. It should always be a code object. Because yeah, I don't see a different kind of definition for it. Honestly, yeah. I'll change it eventually. Give me a second. Value dot name ID. Okay. You define in here. Let me just say it like this, because they always convert to the base one, so it should be fine. Emphasis on should. Okay, everything seems fine, and I can just rebuild text as well. Okay. And supposedly that should do the trick. Let me go here and keep track of the buttons. Private code object button buttons equal new array dot. Is it not something like this? Dot empty? Array dot empty? Is that it? Okay. I don't remember how that works. Maybe it needs to be like this. Whatever. I'll just declare it after. Okay, when you open, I'm gonna keep track of code object buttons. Buttons, new list. Buttons.add, code object button. Buttons equal buttons. There it is. Oh, to array. All right. Let me see. Now I want to say when I press the action button on action, on jump, on action pressed. Okay. Just gonna say if this dot visible. I'm gonna say to do code label dot instance dot set object. Is it not set object? Set value. Okay. Set value. Buttons. For now, the first one. Code. I don't have a set. Get code object. Gonna just generate method. Code object, and that's it. Okay, and close. That's a lot of files in the... Now that you mention it. Yeah, let me cause all but pinned. Yeah, sorry about that. I sometimes don't keep track of my tabs. Yeah, that was a lot. Oops. Okay. Moving on, but this should now be working as I have a plugin that causes tabs that are older than 5 minutes. I mean, makes sense, kinda. I might have put like 30 minutes, but sure. Oh, code object to T. Oh. Huh. Is that so? What is this being called? If you're not calling it anywhere, I'm gonna remove. Okay. Guess you're gonna go bye-bye. Okay. Build. I mean, navigate code differently anyway. Fair enough. Build project. What is your issue now? Huh? Okay, here. You were using it, after all. Okay. Oh. It's Visual Studio that's bugged. Okay. So this is being used. I can now see what is going on. So, I already had the code actually working for this. Interesting. Yeah, let me go back to where I declare the code option and revert what I did. This needs to be a normal object so that it can do the type declaration. Yep. And in here, I can still do it the same way. Where you set the value. Yeah, that still works because this one still passes as a code object. This one here just gets converted to an object. I mean, yeah. So hypothetically now it should work, if I'm correct. Okay, there's no issues. That's good. Minus the warning, but we ignore warnings right now. Okay. If I go here, reload save. Yes. Well, it did replace. I'm not denying it didn't. Also, let me just do something. Variable decoration without spaces, please. But yeah, here I'm just gonna put Tulip normally. And with this, it should do a simple replace, and now the logic should be working. So I'm gonna also go to the code editor tutorial, and I'm gonna basically debug this because I want to see it in action. Also, I'm just gonna do something. Code selection window. I'm gonna put you on a timer. Export private double timer, because I want when you open to wait a few seconds before you allow the selection, just to prevent those issues. Let me put it at 1 and then have an override on the process. Yeah, on the process. And I'm just gonna do timer minus equal to delta, and I'm gonna say export private full can select codes usually equal false. I'm gonna say can select code equal false if if timer lesser than or equal to 0, can select code equals true. Else this. Okay. Should be fine. And in here, if not, can select code, or actually, I can just put it as an end, and can select code. Okay. Debug. And that should be working fine. Also, let me just check something. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let me expand this. That's the same thing. Okay. Reload save. Okay. We open, that's fine. We set the code object, that's fine. Okay, now if I press the Z button again, which is my action. Oh, loss value. If I go to Tulip, it worked. So, hypothetically now, it should be validating correctly. I think I did it. Guys, I think I did it. Also, why is the freaking Ahoge again? Seriously, this freaking thing is annoying. I don't know why it activates. It doesn't have a key combination anymore, and it still activates. Swear to God, I need to delete the freaking animation. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. I changed it. Alright. When you validate, I want you to close. Because technically your job is done. Supposedly. Okay. We go into here, reload save. I select Tulip. The validation should have occurred, and it should have closed. And supposedly the tutorial should have closed as well. You should have died, technically. Feel free. Just prevent this from keeping spawning. Let me see, because your code event... I can't quick navigate. Give me a second. Oh, code event is already open here. An action press, etc, etc, etc. You don't have a way to die, I guess. Where is story event? You'd think at this point I'd have a way to easily track them. Well, guess again. Okay, they're here. Process on event started, etc. On get flag. You're not tracking the flag, actually. So I'm gonna do another thing. I'm going to say save manager dot instance dot on flag changed plus equals on flag changed generate method flag name flag value. Let's run complete. Yes. Correction. Flag to check. Use to check if objects should be deleted. Deletion depends on destroy on complete. Huh? Execute logic. No. If destroy on complete. Oh. That flag in specific might not be on destroy on complete. Code event tutorial. Destroy on complete is not there. Okay, require action input to execute. Okay. So this might not be necessary then. I'm just not interpreting my code correctly. Okay. So now it should delete on default. And I might want to wait before doing anything. Hey Greed, welcome on in. How are you? I'm currently trying to do a 2D Metroidvania, and I'm doing a puzzle. This should be working fine now. So, we complete it, and should hypothetically... Okay. Execute logic, yes. Huh, the door won't open. Okay, that should be the trigger. That sounds up, thank you. The ADHD urge to change projects every 2 seconds. Oh, I know that very well. That's why I have 2 projects. Have I showed you the card game? It's this one. Give me a second, it takes a while to load. If I go away again and come back, will I see a turd? I don't think so. Do I have a third game? I don't think so. But yeah, at the moment, I only have 2. This game, which is basically a Portuguese card game that I'm trying to make. And it now works, as least the base logic. So for example, if I throw this in, we win 50 points. Yeah. The core logic is working. I basically spent a lot of time making it work. But yeah, and now we have the puzzle game, 2D Metroidvania, which is called Tulip. So yeah, only 2 projects. Eventually maybe the rewrite of Tulip and Daisy, but it's not right now. So fart. So far. Who knows? I like to keep myself distracted. Also, why did I go Tulip? I was working on it. Apologies for the noise. I'm basically drinking water. Okay, let me reopen Code Tulip. Silly me. Okay, there we go. So, right now we are essentially executing the logic immediately, and that might be a bit too fast. You no longer need the Q3. I've already found what's wrong with you. I'm just not resetting this. Let me see. Okay, unlock flag is this. And here, code tutorial. I need to set this flag. Instance.set flag. From this, oh for God's sake, now I have this open here. Okay. True. This should be working fine. Let's see. We don't have a story event. Apologies. So I'm gonna check why the sliding door wasn't opening. Yeah. Reload save. Shouldn't even be doing that. Okay. Why does... If I can ask, how did you start building games? Well, that's a long story, I think. I was looking forward to start learning. Okay. Essentially back in 2007, no, 2016, I had finished my high school degree, actually, it was in 2015. Yeah, 2015. 2015, I finished my high school degree, and I was like, okay, I need to build my own path. So where do I want to go? Well, I'm basically a major fan of RPGs, so it could be a bit curious for me to explore the world of game dev. So once I entered the, it's not really a university course. It's the in between a university course and a high school course. I was like, okay, I have some time. I'm currently studying still, so on the side, I'm gonna study game development. At the time, I asked my course coordinator, like, what would be the optimal path for me to follow? And back then, he said, well, I've been tinkering around with Unity. It has C# support, which is one of the classes, one of the programming languages you are taught in the course. So it could be a good thing for you to check out. It is a good way for you to study for both your actual studies and for game dev. And essentially, from there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna research several video tutorials on how to game dev on Unity to basically keep myself informed on what's the best practices. And I stumbled upon a certain channel that is still popular nowadays, but I think nowadays it's for Godot, which is called Brackies. Very awesome dude, not gonna lie. I started learning game dev with him. Like, at the time, he had really amazing tutorials on Unity, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna study up, watch him a lot, and basically try to make my own games. And I started with, like, just trying to basically tinker around with Unity itself. And eventually, I managed to get to a point where I could make my own RPG from scratch in Unity, and that became Nemitia. Nemitia, meanwhile, has been abandoned by me, but let me see if I can still find it. Should be in here. If I go here, Nemitia, I still have it on sale, because one day I might pick it up again, but this was the state I left it in. I think I did some minor changes here and there at the end, like make it a bit more visually appealing. But yeah, and essentially after a while I decided, okay, I want to stream the progress of me building games, and I started this channel basically. And here we are. I then grabbed Godot because Unity was kind of ticking me off. And not to mention that Godot also does that, but in a different way. Although it's open source, so yeah, eventually it will be improved. But yeah, I'd say your best way to start learning would be watching tutorials. Have like your dream project in a way, like know what is your end goal. Do you want to build an RPG? Do you want to build a space shooter? Do you want to build a fighting game? Like, have your dream project. Don't start with your dream project out of the gate. Build smaller games, participate in game jams once you've basically got your basis. And from there, you basically make progress towards your dream game. You can work on it on the side, but first build smaller games, just so you can get the hang of it. And yeah, that's basically it. Whew. Sorry for the yapping session and for me to basically digress mid-speech. I don't have best practice in this. But yeah, no worries. But yeah, you should be fine. Like, there's a lot of tutorials in multiple engines everywhere. You can basically start with anything. Like, for example, my portfolio is a lot of Game Jam games. Starting back in, when was it? When did I make this one? 5 years ago, in 2021, I built this in Unity. It's essentially a simple button mashing game. I drew the UI, I built the sounds, I basically built everything from scratch. And I participated in a weekly game jam. This was only 3 days, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, essentially this was just for me to see where I was at the moment in game dev. But yeah, that's basically it. You can publish on itch.io, it's free, and it's very easy to publish to. It also has a lot of discoverability. So you can gather basically the opinions of other players to see basically what you can improve on your game. And yeah, essentially try to participate in game jams as much as you can. Once you've built enough skills to feel comfortable building games in a short amount of time, because most game jams are going to be 3 days. Let me go, for example, check. If I go back here to, I'm going to have to go to reach.io. Okay, we go to reach.io and navigate to game jams. We have things like the Brackies Game Jam 2026.2. It starts in 2 months and lasts 7 days. This is a good opportunity. If in the next 2 months you can build enough skills for you to be comfortable making a game, I'd say participate. Or if you're confident enough, join up a team and start learning with that team. Like, out of the gate say, okay, I'm beginning to learn game dev. Can I join someone's team to basically learn more on how to build games and basically not be alone in this, because I'm not going to be able to do this alone. And yeah, you should be able to find a team easily, if I'm not mistaken. Like, let me see. Here it is. Can I team up? Teams are allowed and encouraged. Visit the Jam Find a Team channel on Discord to find someone to team up with. We recommend that you keep your team under 4 members. It can be hard to coordinate more in just a week. Other than what we recommend, there is no team size restriction. So, you join up a team. Imagine you have a game designer, you have an artist, you have a musician, you have a dev that's experienced or that knows a bit of how to build a game. And then you have you, for example. That's 5, that's still manageable. And that would be a really good team, for example. But it can work with any size. And yeah, you basically just say, okay, I want to join. I'm not that much experienced, but I want to learn. And I'd say most teams would be supportive of that. So yeah, I can even send this if you're interested in participating. I might participate because it does sound fun. I might even share in the game jam chat. Let me just go here. Where is the game jam chat on my Discord? Here it is. Do I have a game jam role? I don't. Okay. Just gonna leave it there. And yeah, if you want to like also get help and everything like that, you also have the channel's Discord. Here it is. And yeah. We are not a lot, but we are always ready to help, basically. So yeah. Also, thank you for following. Now, let me see where I was. I want to find out why this is repeating on a loop. It shouldn't be. No worries, no worries. I'm always happy to help. Let me see. So, if I remove this one, Does it fix? Does it work? But yeah, do get ready to feel a bit frustrated sometimes when your code doesn't work. At first. Because mine has a small percentage of chance to not work. Oh, for God's sake, what did I do now? Because now it's opening on a loop. Let me do the Q3. Because I think that fixed it. Just in case, code selection window.instance.close. Just to make sure the screen is cleared. Okay. Reload save. Okay, now it does that. Are the doors locked still? Let me see. Remote. Windows lab. Should be this one and this one. Hello? Why can't I... Okay, now I can see, I think. It's still locked. Event triggered. This is my time zone, this past midnight, I'll go to... Okay, no worries, no worries. Sorry I couldn't be available at an earlier time. No worries, no worries. I'm always glad to help. Eventually I might do a tutorial series again on YouTube, just to help out the beginners, and yeah. Stick around and you'll eventually have more knowledge with that, I think. I do try. Okay, now, why is the sliding door not doing what I want it to do? Because now I'm curious. Sliding door. You have this. Alright, I'll keep an eye out for that. Okay, see you. Do have a nice night. Let me see. On flag changed. If flag equals unlock flag, you should be getting triggered. And with that, your event should also be triggered already, I think. Okay. Eventually I need to... Eventually I need to check out if everything is correct. If flag equals blah blah. In the case of save manager, oh for God's sake, that doesn't work. Of course. Ad break is starting soon. Okay. Let's see. So debug. I think I've basically hurt myself a bit due to the position I was sitting in. Okay. I'm getting old. Okay, this is the tutorial spawn flag, that's fine. Reload, do this. Okay, this part is correct. Flag equals unlock flag. Oh, it has to be the other way around. Doi. That explains why the lock isn't working. Okay, that explains a lot. Okay, give me just a second to test this out and I'll pause for ads. Yeah, that works. Yippee. Okay. Finished initial code puzzle logic. like so. Commit all and push. Yippee! Okay, now let's do a short break for ads, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back from ads. You miss me? Okay, let's continue. So, now that I have this working, what do I want to do? Because right now I don't have much planned. And I'm kind of feeling a bit tired because I've been coding for 2 hours. So, let me just go check if I have anything to react. I do, because my moderator likes to come up with a lot of memes to react, basically. The heck? Let me just load up a few of these videos. Okay. Let me just go check what the heck is going on here. Let me also unmute Brave. Okay. Okay, Tips, if you're hearing this, what the heck? That's just perfect. Holy. This is perfect. Is this using AI or something? Because I don't know. This is kind of... Ed, how were you able to harmonize yourself? Gravy! Yeah. Oh, for God's sake. This is perfect. 10 out of 10 tips. This one wins. Okay, let's go to the next one. Jeff Bezos' Bo Burnham animation. Holy. Jeff Bezos. What the heck? I don't wonder what my lead moderator watches and goes down certain rabbit holes, because his algorithm is completely screwed. What the heck? Huh. Oh no, not Bill Gates. Oh, never mind. Go for it. Wait, did I see a new Dookie Bird song? I think I did. That handsome devil. Mm-hmm. What the heck, Tibbs? I knew you're not here, but what the heck? Golly. Huh? Mm-hmm. Shouldn't it be Saint Peter? It is sketchy. What the heck? Okay. 666. Yes. I wonder what his story is for being down in hell. Hey, yo. So, there's no reason for why he was sent to hell that was given? Huh. Now I must know. What did he do? Let's see. What children think will happen if they skip a Jesus video, for God's sake. These comment sections are something, I'll tell you that. Oh. But yeah, I think for today I'm gonna call it quits. Because, yeah, I feel a bit tired. And maybe next stream I'll start earlier so I don't feel tired 2 hours into the stream. That might sound good, huh? But yeah. At least we've done good progress. I've made the code selection UI work and the puzzle complete. I didn't expect the validation code to work at first try, but it did. So I'm happy. So hopefully very soon I'm gonna be able to basically build the rest of the first level and ship off the demo. Yeah, I'd say we are at a good pace, so yeah. But yeah, let me go say great. Apologies. Golly, my throat is quite amazing at the moment. Let me see. Who is live so I can go and rate? Preferably someone that's also coding. Or I can just go bother someone I know. Like... Okay, I'm gonna bother Arms because he's a fellow Portuguese Portuguese streamer. And I know one of his mods. He's also quite a lot here on the channel, so yeah, I'm gonna bother Arms. And yeah, I'll see you all on the next stream, which is on Thursday. So, class dismissed.